It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. A major commitment to build the long-awaited M1 Pacific motorway extension to Raymond Terrace is the major infrastructure spend for the region in last night's federal budget. $1.6 billion is going towards the $2 billion project, with the state government expected to make up the difference. The Buckets Way and Clarencetown Road are also getting a funding boost, and Hunter farmers will benefit from $6.3 million in additional drought support. Federal member for Lyne, David Gillespie, says the M1 extension should be delivered in the next 4 years.
That $1.6 billion to extend the M1 Pacific motorway is an absolute bonanza for everyone in that Lower Hunter region. Raymond Terrace, Heather Bay, Hexham Bypass will really change the traffic dynamic.
Paterson MP Meryl Swanson is welcoming the funding for the M1 extension, saying a future Labor government will match the commitment. However, she says more needs to be done for Williamtown residents impacted by PFAS contamination, with $4.7 million allocated to the University of Newcastle to fund research into PFAS chemicals.
I do welcome the funding for the University of Newcastle. I personally advocated for that research project, and I'm happy to see that they've been funded. But nothing concrete, like we announced 3 weeks ago, $10 million to clean out the drains.
Police expect to lay charges against a man who held officers at bay at a Merriweather primary school for more than 7 hours. The 41-year-old, dressed in a crash helmet, red cape and black gumboots, scaled a 2-storey building at St Joseph's just before 1:30 yesterday afternoon and refused to come down. Specialist police negotiated with the man while students were safely evacuated. He eventually surrendered about 8:30 last night and was taken to the Calvary Mater Hospital, where he remains under police guard. It's likely he'll be charged with trespass and malicious damage offences. Wallsend MP Sonia Hornery has started a petition to allow off-road motorbike riders the right to use state forests and national parks for recreation. The petition is in response to numerous complaints about dirt bikes riding through local bushland, streets and parks, causing damage to local sporting fields. Sonia Hornery says this decision would eliminate the illegal and irresponsible use of motorbikes on public land.
Well, one of the reasons we thought that we would look at some alternatives is to get those people that might be inclined to do the wrong thing to do the right thing. I'd like a place to be found in the western suburbs of Newcastle, certainly around the Blue Gums Hills area, so that people who want to ride their bikes have fun, do it safely and without damaging the environment.
A 26-year-old man has been treated for head injuries after he was attacked during a home invasion at Jesmond. 2 men forced their way into a Heaton Street home just before 11 last night and allegedly bashed the male resident before running off with several items of property. The victim was taken to the John Hunter Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police say it appears to have been a targeted attack. The Big Day In is taking place at the University of Newcastle today. Around 300 high school students from years 9 to 12 will attend the event to learn the best tips for pursuing a career in the information technology industry. Engineering and computing professor Rick Middleton says industry leaders will be on hand to offer advice and encouragement to students.
It's to give high school students, years 9 to 12, some experience, encourage them to think about computing or IT careers, and give them some hands-on experience and a bunch of talks about what the future holds, future tech, future jobs, where everything's heading.
2NURFM Sport.
22-year-old midfielder Andrew Powiak has found stability in the northern New South Wales NPL with the Lambton Jaffers. Powiak has been instrumental in Lambton's midfield after Joby Wheelhouse and Ben Hay left the squad after last season. The Jaffers are unbeaten so far in the league with 2 wins and a draw. Newcastle Jets coach Ernie Merrick says the quality of finishing in his Jets side have let them down this season. It was a disappointing campaign after the heights of a home grand final last season, and Merrick says he takes responsibility for his team's shortcomings.
We've had more completed crosses than anyone in the league, so we're doing something right. We just have to finish it off, and it's been one of those years where nothing seems to go right for us, and I take full responsibility for that.
The Jets have 4 games remaining in the season and will play the Wanderers on Sunday. And Knights coach Nathan Brown has named Mason Leno to make his Knights debut at 5/8 against the Dragons on Sunday. And the winning numbers in Oz Lotto are 7, 9, 17, 22, 37, 36 and 43, and the supplementaries are 8 and 39. 2NURFM News Time, 25 to 9.